we find that the people are finally speaking up to things that we know are wrong. We have bills in local communities to get rid of corporate personhood, because this is the only way that the people are going to have a voice, is to start at the grassroots in our towns and appeal to our local legislators to do something about terrible problems like this geoengineering. I'm a photographer and a gardener, and both advocations are suffering because of geoengineering. It used to be out here the light. The South Fork was known for its light. The beautiful, beautiful, clear light. Well, that clear light is gone. All we have is haze. We'll have a beautiful day, and the geoengineering will start. You'll see the trails in the sky, and then the afternoon looks like it does today. And Long Island is not also known for its agriculture. We're I believe, the first or second biggest agricultural county in the state. The obvious loss of sunlight is affecting the agriculture. I know in my own garden, my crops are diminishing year after year. Our health is being ruined. We don't know what's in the trails. And I appeal to our legislators to ask some questions for us. Where are the planes coming from? Are they coming from Gabruski? Are they coming from another state? Who's ordering them? We need to know. We deserve to know. Our health and the viability of this county is at stake. And we people will prevail.
Totally.
John Minwana. Followed by John Zito.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Ed Romano. I get what this woman said. This legislation is very important that has been brought forth. So please help us stop the chemical spraying and support this ban. The people of New York need to demand a public investigation of the chemical spraying that's going on right here in our backyard. Introduce a legislation to create a no chemical spraying zone here in New York, Long Island.
Yeah.
We need to give immunity and protection to anyone willing to come forward to blow the whistle on this chemtrail operation. We need to boycott the products and any companies who produce the chemical-related products. Identify those who are responsible for allowing us to be sprayed to our city, our county, our state, as well as the global level. We need to demand that each city be given any 72-hour warning before spraying, say, for a West Nile virus or something like that. That they should be given notice, which I think they have. We need to demand an explanation of the chemical spraying. And we need to prosecute anyone who continues to aid these illegal chemical operations and hold those companies responsible that produce the toxic chemicals and metals and biological toxins and any other submicron particles that may cause chemical-related diseases that affect the general population. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have families here and children. And like was just said, this has to be done at the local level. This will be the first ban of chemical trail spraying in the United States. So this is essential that you act and support the ban that Ed Romaine has courageously stepped forward with. So I ask you all, please, in your conscience, pray to your God or your gods and direct you and help keep us free from this tyranny. My friends, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
God bless.
John Zito, followed by Janice Barcelo.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I wanted to say thank you very much for giving me your attention. I'm not going to speak long. I know you folks are listening to a lot of stuff up here, and a lot of it may be new, a lot of it maybe not. I have 6 children. In this day and age, that's an anomaly all of itself. And I can imagine their lives in the future. I believe they've been gifted to me. Just let me say that I don't do this very often, and I'm amused at the number of people that aren't actually paying attention. And
Mr. Zito, address the audience, don't pull them out, all right? You're about the 12th speaker on this subject, so please continue with your presentation.
I say that with all due respect. I can imagine their lives in the future, and I know that you folks have children and relations. There are challenges. We have systematic breakdowns that are happening. But without getting too much fear-based into it, I can imagine for you sitting here, listening to us all talk, that reaching up 30,000 feet and identifying yourselves with something that's happening way up there, it can be a little daunting. The good thing is that there's actually been a lot of research done. And at this point, we are pretty clear that there are chemicals being used that are really deadly. The scientists are good. I'll give them that. They can make an amazing amount of things happen up in the stratosphere. Listen, if they're trading snowfall on the stock exchange, they better be good. Aluminum is highly deadly. Mount Shasta, previously known as pristine, about as pristine a region in the United States as we get. 61,000 parts per million aluminum in the soil in the last 5 years. 61,000. The government has said, the federal government has said that 1,000 parts per million is a toxic ceiling. That's 61 times. There's enough video clips and audio clips and media print on record at this time that I don't think there's an argument whether or not this is happening. We know it's happening. It's no longer trying to convince people that those go or don't go or stay or whatever they do. The question now is that every time officials are petitioned from the federal government to the state level, there has been denial. I traveled from Hartford, Connecticut to come here because this is the first time that I've been able to address a group of officials that will listen. And I'm so grateful. So we've been denied from the top down. I beg that each of you consider the constituency that you represent. And man, you are in a tough place. Because there's a lot of really outspoken mavens in this audience. I beg that you consider just the facts. All the other stuff, just set it aside and just listen to the facts. If you don't have them, I